File 004-C. Orbital descent event. Access restricted. The authorities claim the 2054 solar flare destroyed every orbital intelligence array above Earth. That statement was later revised. For 6 days, an unidentified object was tracked, descending through the upper atmosphere above northern Chile. Initial observers believed it was debris. It was not debris. Trajectory analysis showed controlled movement. No propulsion signature was ever detected. The object adjusted course 3 separate times before entering the Atacama exclusion zone at 2:14 local time. No nation claimed ownership. No launch records matched its structure, and no known orbital platform survived the flare long enough to produce it. At first, the descent attracted little attention. Most global systems were still recovering from the blackout years. Communications remained unstable. Entire regions had lost synchronized infrastructure. The orbital graveyard above Earth was believed inactive, dead, silent. But 21 minutes before impact, something changed. 3 decommissioned satellites briefly reactivated over the Pacific corridor. Only for 11 seconds. Long enough to transmit a synchronized response pulse toward the descending object. No explanation was officially released. The transmission logs were sealed 48 hours later. Recovery teams reached the impact site shortly before dawn. What they discovered contradicted every public report issued after the flare event. There was no explosion, no fragmentation, no debris field. The crater itself appeared almost constructed. Smooth perimeter, perfect depth symmetry, no thermal scarring anywhere within the impact radius. The object remained intact at the center of the site, partially embedded beneath compacted desert stone. Observers described the exterior as metallic, though no surface composition could be identified through conventional analysis. No seams, no markings, no visible manufacturing process. The shell measured approximately 18 meters across. Yet, internal scans suggested the structure was mostly hollow. At 5:42, one of the recovery technicians approached the surface directly. His body camera footage was later removed from the archive, but the audio survived. You can feel vibration through the sand. Something inside is moving. Minutes later, all nearby equipment began experiencing synchronization failures. Digital clocks reset themselves repeatedly. Signal receivers locked onto non-existent frequencies. Visual monitors developed delayed reflections several seconds behind real-time movement. Then the shell opened, not mechanically. Observers stated the surface separated like liquid tension releasing from glass. Inside the chamber was a suspended silver core, weightless, rotating slowly without visible support. No cables, no reactor, no internal architecture, only movement and heat. The surrounding temperature increased by 11 degrees within 4 minutes. Several personnel reported auditory distortion near the object. Low-frequency resonance, like distant transmissions attempting to emerge through static. At 6:03, the first orbital response occurred. 2 inactive satellites above South America abruptly changed orientation. Ground telescopes confirmed synchronized alignment toward the Atacama site. The satellites had no operational power source remaining. They should not have been capable of movement. Yet both maintained direct positional lock for nearly 3 minutes. The silver core responded immediately. Witnesses described faint vertical pulses extending from the chamber into the upper atmosphere. Not light, not radiation. Something structured, intentional. The transmission pattern repeated every 47 seconds. The same interval later discovered inside archived maintenance signals from pre-collapse orbital networks. That discovery was never disclosed publicly. At 6:11, all live feeds from the site terminated simultaneously. The official explanation cited atmospheric interference. Internal reports suggested otherwise. Because according to the final surviving transmission, the object was not attempting to contact orbit. Orbit had contacted it first. The recovery site was permanently sealed 12 days later. No public coordinates exist. Satellite imaging of the region remains restricted under international directive. And yet, every 11 months, multiple inactive orbital arrays still briefly reorient toward the same location beneath the Atacama Desert. The orbital systems were never destroyed. They were waiting. End of file. Void archive.